The idea that the Secret Service would spend 10 minutes, look, I'm a sitting member of Congress. I'm the chairman of the Oversight Committee. I have a constitutional responsibility to provide oversight, but it's pretty disturbing that the Secret Service would, dive into my own personal records.
Congressman Jason Chaffetz on CNN responding to the report that the Secret Service tried to dig up information on the Utah Republican to discredit him. In fact, it was leaked by the security agency that Congressman Chaffetz had applied to the Secret Service, but was denied way back years ago. You see the article from our website, Newsmax.com. The probe was apparently carried out by Assistant Director Edward Lowry via email in response to the conduct of Chairman Chaffetz during a hearing on the Secret Service back in March about the two agents who were allegedly under the influence while on duty. For more on this latest outrage involving the Secret Service, let's welcome in Ron Kessler. Ron, of course, the author of the book, The First Family Detail. Secret Service agents revealed the hidden lives of presidents. So, Ron, we're going to talk about the hidden life of some folks in the Secret Service. Your take on this report of the agency leaking this information?
I think this pinpoints better than anything the culture problem within the Secret Service. It's outrageous. It's like going back to the days of J. Edgar Hoover in the FBI when he would leak information about his enemies or blackmail material to keep his job. And it confirms what I wrote in the epilogue to my book, The First Family Detail, which was that President Obama's decision to appoint Joseph Clancy as the new director guarantees that these scandals are going to continue. And the reason is Clancy comes from the same cover-up culture which has led to all these problems. I mean, imagine that an assistant director would think he could email another high-ranking official, a director, with this information, which is clearly violating the Privacy Act, which is a criminal law, to disclose personal information about anyone, let alone a congressman who's trying to reform the agency. In the same epilogue, I wrote that Clancy, with much fanfare in the press, replaced some top management people in the Secret Service with new people who supposedly were going to be reformers and change the culture. Well, guess what? This particular person, Edward Lowry, who wrote the email, was one of those people that he promoted to supposedly clean up the agency. So that tells you everything you need to know.
Well, let me return to something you just said, Ron. You made the point that accessing a confidential personnel file is a crime. Should there be a criminal investigation into this, do you expect that there will be one, given the makeup of the current Department of Justice?
I absolutely do expect that he will be fired and there will be prosecutions. And, despite a lot of concern about the FBI's independence, the FBI has, over the years, shown tremendous independence. They go after Democrats, they go after Republicans. They didn't make a case with the IRS situation, because even though clearly there was this bias against conservatives in approving these nonprofit organizations, the law is very vague. It allows for a lot of subjectivity, and so I can see that they could not really bring a criminal case.
All right. Well, you offer that assessment of the law, but I want to get back to what's going on here now, and this is the question: if Congressman Chaffetz was targeted, should we assume that either this person or somebody else at the Secret Service is targeting some other congressman or some other senators?
No, but we can definitely assume that the Secret Service has a rotten culture, and that's led to all these problems. And the irony is that President Obama has perpetuated this by appointing Clancy, and yet it's his own life and the lives of his own family members who are at risk. I really think he doesn't get risk as like a teenager, as we all once were, who did not understand danger.
Let me ask you about something, and maybe this goes back to the book you've written. Agents on the First Family Detail. Almost the reverse thing at work. Are there situations where Secret Service agents look the other way when people they protect might be breaking the law? We've got about 45 seconds.
No, it could be that if there's some first child who's smoking marijuana in the back seat, the agent may overlook it. But if they actually observed real criminal conduct, I believe they would take action. But who knows? You know, with this cover-up culture, anything is possible. It's simply unfathomable. You could have a law enforcement agency, much less one that once was so highly revered, act in this way by trying to retaliate against a congressman who's trying to reform the agency.
We will have to leave it there. Ron Kessler, we thank you for your insights. Coming up next, Donald Trump's tax plan. Stephen Moore and Brad Blakeman will talk about it. Will it help the Donald? Will it help our country? We'll have that next.